But don't you ever let nobody drag your spirit down.
What is a juke joint?
A juke joint, you know, back in the day, that's where the juke joint name came out of, Mississippi and Louisiana, and it's a style of dancing they call juking, or dancing they called, you go to the juke joint and you juke on Friday and Saturday night, and that's where in my opinion, that's where the juke joint name came from dancing. Yeah. And it's also, Jim, it's a meeting place.
Community.
It's a community meeting place where people would come and they would fellowship and they would eat food and they would hang out and listen to blues and meet their friends and they'd probably a little bit of drinking going on in the juke joint.
How many juke joints did Nashville have at one time?
Probably 25 or 30 at one time, and or more.
New Orleans has Bourbon Street and Memphis has Beale. So this Jefferson Street was home to Nashville blues?
Absolutely, absolutely. It was lined with clubs.
Is it true that Jimi Hendrix played at the Del Morocco?
Yes, that's the way the story goes, you know, and I'm of the belief that he played at the club era before also.
It looks like Nashville city planners dropped a freeway right in the middle of Jefferson Street. They tore down 600 homes and over 100 businesses.
Yes.
So what happened to the musicians?
The musicians, they scattered. They went to Chicago, to Detroit, to Mississippi, to Memphis. Bobby, what do you see as one of the biggest change from the blues genre now and what it was, say, on Jefferson Street 30 or 40 years ago?
If you don't like the blues, you probably don't like your mama. I always say that. The juke joints is still alive because we sit in a place now, one of the oldest juke joints in the country. One of the oldest, I ain't said the oldest.
Yeah.
One of the oldest in the country now. So we must keep places like this alive. We must keep the blues alive. We must keep motivating people who love the blues and let them know that blues is something that's all right to do. Between me and you,
Yes, sir.
we're going to raise up some people
That's right.
and pass the torch down so they can keep this blues thing alive, because we don't want to be like the dinosaur in the years to come.
It looks like you're keeping the juke joint tradition alive in Nashville.
You know, my wife, some of you all that know my wife is Miss Zeke. That's her nickname. And the name of the music venue is Miss Zeke's Juke Joint. But what we try to do is create a place where the novice musician or the Grammy winner can come and walk through these doors and stand on Miss Zeke's Juke Joint stage and feel comfortable.
Remember you walk in the